Good afternoon, friends. One fine of morning in this March month of my birth in 1990, I asked my father that I want to join a Lions Club. He fired me. He said, "What you are talking about this?" And the conflict started in my home. Somehow I managed it. How I overcome, I'll come later. But then, from last 32 years, I am furthering the cause of Lionism and Lions Clubs International and the Lionism Furthering Line Ashok Mistry to the various heights, and given me the platform to to learn various institutes, to go to various institutes to learn in DLLI, RLLI, ALLI, FDI, and then become a faculty at the PhD in Capital Schooling for last 13 years. And today, I am here as a trainer for this conflict resolution. First of all, friends, heartiest congratulations to all of you getting elected as a district governor for your fine district. I am confident that with your knowledge, enthusiasm, your plans and goals, you will rock the Lions Clubs International and your year. Friends, conflict is always present at our home, between children, between son and mother, between husband and wife. It also present at our workplace, between the two colleagues, between the owner and the servant. Also in our Lions life, we experience it. In our club, between the club, zone, club, region, and in district, also in cabinet officers. Right? Friends, it is also present between ourselves. Sometimes if we want to do something, our mind says don't do, our heart says go ahead. And we conflict within ourselves. Or sometimes it happens between us and the another person. We conflict. Or sometimes, friends, some of our friends calls us to resolve the conflict between them. Friends, conflict is not a bad thing. We cannot avoid it. But how we handle it matters the most. So friends, do you believe that conflict exists?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, friends. Yes, friends, conflict exists, but not necessarily it's a bad thing always. It's totally depend that how you handle the conflict. Friends, conflict is not always destructing. It depends how you handle it. There are some benefits also of resolving the conflict. It increases the understanding. When you go through the process, you understand the needs of the person, what exactly you are looking for, and what are the needs or what you want in that. Friends, it increases team bonding. When the team members go through this process, a strong team can be developed, built, and the faith in their ability to work together gets renewed. And the last is, it improves the self-knowledge. When we go through this process, a person thinks that how he can achieve their goals without undermining others. See benefit. By resolving the conflict, we can achieve our goals, but without undermining others. Right? Do you agree?
Yes.
Thank you, friends. Friends, remember one thing, that every coin has two sides. We have seen the benefits of resolving the conflict. But if we don't handle it carefully, it also damages. People will start hitting each other, right?
Yeah.
And when the people start hitting each other, people will disengage. What will happen? Teamwork can be break down, right?
Yes.
And teamwork breaks down, we lose the talent. People will disengage and leave. So ultimately, you are going to, as a district governor, how you are going to achieve your goals, achieve the success, right? As a district governor, when you try to achieve your goals, you will come between so many obstacles, right? And you have to overcome those obstacles. But before that, friends, can you tell me that how you differentiate disagreement and conflict? Is there any similarity or there is a difference? Yes?
No, there is a difference.
Yes, sir?
As far as disagreement is concerned, I may disagree, but I may not be in conflict with you.
Okay.
Conflict means I am not ready to team with you, I am not ready to join your team, or I am not ready to work with you.
Fine.
People can disagree and work, but with a conflict, people cannot work together.
Right. Yes.
Disagreement, not necessarily a conflict. Disagreement means that is the scope for the settlement or some discussion and mutual understanding. Conflict means you are already into the conflict.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Disagreement, if not resolved, will lead into a conflict.
Very good. Very good. Yes, Sureshji, you want to add something?
Disagreement we can manage and we can make it all right.
Right.
But conflict, as such, we cannot manage.
So friends, remember one thing, that disagreement is a difference of opinion. Do you agree?
Yes.
Disagreement is a difference of opinion because both of you have the different interest, values and needs. So that phenomenon can be considered as a natural, right? But whereas conflict is a powerful collision of your dispute or needs or the interest. Got my point? Disagreement is a difference of opinion of your needs, interest and values. I may like this color, you don't like. But conflict is a powerful collision or a dispute of needs, interest and values. Conflict is not damaging always, but it totally entirely depends on how you handle it, right? When you start your term as a district governor next year, you will try your hard, you will strive to reach to success, to achieve your goals, what you have planned for your district, right?
Yes.
And there will be obstacles. Correct?
Yes.
You might be observing through your past member of a DG team, VDG2 and VDG1, correct? So, there will be some obstacles will be small, you can easily overcome. But some will be the large, with many potential pitfalls, correct?
Yes.
So if you don't know how to overcome these obstacles, you will not be able to reach to your success or reach to your goal, correct?
Yes.
So if you are powered with a right tool, right skill, you can easily approach to your goals, you can easily achieve your success, achieve your goals, right?
Yes.
So friends, moving ahead, let's see the session objectives. Yes, can you read the first one?
Recognize the cause of conflict.
Sureshji, I will just correct in between. At the end of this session, remember, at the end of this session, you will be able to recognize the causes of conflict. Correct? While we go through the session, at the end of this session, you will be able to recognize the causes of conflict. You will be able to understand and apply interest-based relational approach to resolve the conflict. And the third objective is, at the end of this session, you will be able to understand and explain LCIS dispute resolution
procedures.
procedure. Friends, as a district governor, you'll find yourself involved in the conflict. Sometime it will be between you and another land. But many a times, you will be asked to resolve it. Correct?
Yes.
So, being a part of your DG team for last 2 years, can you tell me what are some examples of conflict in your district which you may need a help to resolve it? Yes, Deepak ji?
We had some issue in our district of our club.
Right.
Where the secretary had dropped the president and this conflict has gone and then they have complained to the
Oh, thank you. Yes, sir. Any other from your district, sir?
Yeah, from our district also, there is a one similar problem what we faced. That is, we got a new member, and subsequently he is having some problem with the president, and he started complaining that he is not getting any opportunity to take part in projects or contribute from his side, even after some 6 to 7 months also.
Okay. So, we'll do one thing. We'll record this, both the conflicts on the flip chart. Right? And I request Dr. Shitiji that kindly please we'll write down it on the flip chart, and later on the session, during the session, we'll come back to this both the problems and we'll try to resolve the same. Yes. Deepak ji, फिर से जरा बताइए उन्हें. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, please Deepak ji.
Yes. Don't blackmail?
Yeah.
What is the heading?
You can put conflict.
Club dispute. Secretary dropped the president.
The first dispute is club secretary drops the club president and few members. Right, Deepak ji?
Yes.
The second one, Suresh.
Yeah. Second one is a new member is complaining that he is not getting opportunities to take part of the club projects or individually lead any of the projects, even
So-
after 7 months of his association with the club.
So can we put in this way that new members are not
Not
involved in the club functioning,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Siddhi. Friends, can you tell me one thing? That if we want to try to understand the nature of conflict, what we must first understand? These two conflicts we have recorded. The one is club secretary drops the president and some few members. So, what we must understand first to understand the nature of conflict? Yes. Friend, we must first understand what causes it.
Reason for it.
Reasons, yes, what causes it. So, friends, research says that there are 4 main causes of the conflict. The first one is interest or values challenged. When someone ignores or challenges or misinterprets our interest and values, right? Your intention is good, someone misinterprets,
Yes.
the conflict begins, right?
Yes.
Can you read the second one, Suresh?
So needs are not met.
Right, correct? Needs are not met. Someone obstructs, overruled. or challenges or ignore our needs. Correct?
Yes.
Dr. Kshitij Sawan?
Power or authority challenged.
Absolutely right. The third cause is power authority challenge. Someone tried to create the control in area where another claims the authority. And this generally happens at the club level. The club president assigned a particular duty to some member, and some senior member doesn't like it and they try to create the control in that area. Correct?
Yes.
And the fourth one is misunderstanding. Someone fails to interpret or look at the things from another point of view. Correct? Or fails to create a big picture in front of him. Right? Friends, remember one thing. If you go through all these three causes, there is some sort of misunderstanding. So remember that, my dear friends, that the misunderstanding is a main cause of conflict. So friends, are you clear with the causes of the conflict?
Yes.
Right? So now can you tell me, Deepak ji, we come to the first conflict. A club secretary drops the club president and few members. So what do you think, which cause is responsible for this action?
There could be any one of the first three actually: interest or value change, or power of authority challenge. Power or authority challenge, or interest or value challenge. Either one of these could be the reason.
Other than
But I think it may be beyond that, misunderstanding may be the one of the reasons.
misunderstanding is one of the reasons. Okay.
No, even egos are being challenged between the club secretary and the club president. So when the egos are being challenged, he says, better not always.
Yeah, so you can say that way, when the club secretary overrules club president, or club president try to create a control in the secretarial area also. And that's why the misunderstanding may have happened.
Power or authority.
And so, power of authority may have been challenged. Correct? Or secretary's needs are not met. Correct? Surajji, can you tell me which cause is responsible for the second conflict which you have recorded, that of your district?
Okay, it is power or authority needs. Okay, needs are met as a new member. Normally, one who is coming in a new club or a new organization, definitely he is having some expectations. He can be take part in an active role in the club functioning or the projects. So once it is not meeting means, okay, normally he will be unhappy.
If we put it in another way, that the senior member may feel that his power or authority may be challenged when he took on some responsibility, and if he excels, the another senior person who is doing that particular thing or activity, his place may be in the right.
Okay.
That also we can go for it, right, friends? So, friends, remember one thing. We cannot solve the problem. We cannot solve the problem by the way of thinking which created it. Correct? Do you agree that?
Yes, yes.
So, there are different ways to learn. There are learning ways how we can overcome that problem, how can we resolve that problem with the different thinking. Right? So, friends, refer to your participants manual, page number 2. Have you opened the participant page number 2?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Friends, there are two central conflict resolution theories. The first one is Thomas Kilmann resolution mode.
Number two.
Participant manual, page number 2.
So Roger Fisher.
No, sorry. Yeah. Friend, there are two central conflict resolution theories. Thomas Kilmann conflict mode instrument, and the other is Roger Fisher's interest-based resolution mode, right? Interest-based relational approach to resolve the conflict. Thomas Kilmann theory states that there is a different style of resolving the conflict for the different type of disputes. Means there is a one type of dispute, there is a special theory to resolve it. There is another type of dispute, there is another style of theory to resolve it. Whereas the conflict mode instrument gives you the set of guidelines. The interest-based relational approach gives you the set of guidelines to resolve the conflict, and which is applicable to all type of disputes. It is very useful to help the people to resolve the conflict for the others, and which, as a district governor, you are going to do it oftenly. So in today's session, we are going to discuss about the interest-based relational approach for the conflict resolution. So friend, now refer to your participant manual, page number 2. Roger Fisher and William Surrey developed this interest-based relational approach to resolve the conflict and published it in their book Getting to Yes, first in 1981. It was a bestseller book. The second edition is 1991 and the third is 2011. This approach focuses on building mutual respect and understanding. They claim in this theory that you should resolve conflict. Get it? You should resolve conflict by separating people, their emotions from the problem. Correct?
Correct.
When you separate the people or their positions or their ego from the problem, you can easily go ahead to resolve the conflict. This approach also encourages you to resolve the conflict in a cooperative and united way. Right? And once you resolve the conflict in this manner by applying this approach, it will increase the cohesiveness of your district. The members will be more united. The team will become more stronger. And their ability to work together will enhance. And what will it result in? You will be able to achieve your goals and success for your district. Friends, this approach also helps to people to resolve the conflict, but also helps to them to avoid to become more entrenched or anchored in a particular fixed position. Right? We have seen that you have to separate the people, their positions from the problem. So this will help them to avoid to become more anchored or entrenched to the particular fixed position. So friend, now you have know the causes. This approach will provide you few guidelines that how you should resolve the conflict, right? So we'll move ahead. So Suresh, can you read the first guideline?
Make sure that good relationships are a priority.
Yes, friend. Everyone involved in this conflict should respect each other. See, when you respect each other, you are definitely going to help. This theory is going to help you to resolve the conflict in better manner. Everyone should be courteous in this process, and everyone should talk constructively. Right? The second guideline.
Separate people from problems.
We have just seen that this approach encourages you to separate the people, their emotions from the problem. If you do this, what will happen? That in many a times, a true and valid reasons are the behind the root cause. See, when you separate the people, their ego, their positions from the problem and sit across the table for discussion, the true and valid reason will come out. Right? Deepakji, the third one?
Listen carefully to different interests.
Yes, friend. This is a very important step, important guideline. You have to listen carefully to each and every participant, people who are in the conflict. What are their interests? What are their needs? What they want for the win-win situation. So by listening to this, you will come across to finding the root cause. Got it?
Yes.
So, are you clear with these three guidelines?
Yes.
So, we'll move ahead. Yes, Sureshji?
Listen first, talk second.
Listen first, talk second, right? You have to listen to carefully everyone before deciding or taking anyone's position. When you listen to everyone, you'll come to know what are lying behind the conflict, what are the root causes. Correct?
Yes.
So, before taking any judgment, you have to listen to everyone. Because if any of the parties has something that you may not be knowing, and they may change the total perception of the situation. Correct?
Yes.
It will change the direction of the thinking. Right? So, you have to resolve the conflict, apply this guideline. You have to listen first and then talk second. Yes? Kshitiji, the next.
Set out the facts.
When you discuss with the parties involved in the conflict, you will come across the observable things and facts. Like what is the need of party, what they are thinking, what they want, what they win for the win-win situation. So you have to note it down. And you have to separate the observable facts that may change the impact on the resolving the conflict or the outcome of the conflict. Right? Deepakji, the last one.
Explore options together.
Friends, you have to keep your mind open. You have to keep your options open, explore options together. We have seen that this interest-based relational approach encourages you to resolve the conflict in a united and cooperative way. So you have to involve everyone. You have to keep the mind open that together we can resolve the conflict. So friends, by following this guideline, you know the root causes, right?
Yes.
You understood the guidelines. Now what you will do to resolve the conflict?
We'll apply these guidelines
Yes,
and resolve the conflict.
but how you will apply these guidelines?
How you will apply the guidelines?
Yes.
By understanding the conflict.
You understood the conflict. You have the causes, you know the causes. Now you have the set of guidelines. So what you will do next?
Steps to it.
Excellent. Friends, there are 5 core steps given by this interest-based relational approach. which you have to apply to resolve the conflict. So friends, refer to your participants manual page number 3 and we will go to each steps one by one. What do you understand by set the scene?
By setting the scene, we understand that before the meeting, we are setting the ground rules and we are sitting together to solve the problem rather than discuss the problem.
Excellent. Set the scene means set the ground rule. The first and foremost is, friend, that everyone should be cooperative, will be assertive and not aggressive. Correct? Everyone will respect each other. Correct? Everyone will follow the active listening skill. Correct? Active listening means not just listening the words spoken by the another person, but to understand his body language and to repeat back the what you have understood, the main things, to get it confirmation. Right? And here also we will discuss the importance of communication. Because many a times miscommunication is a major cause of misunderstanding. And we have learned in the causes that misunderstanding is a major cause of conflict. Now friends, what we will do next? You have set the scene. Now you will gather the information. So from who you will gather the information? You have to understand the position of each and every person while gathering the information. That why they have took this position, what are their needs, and what they are looking for the win-win situation. Right? So before you start gathering information, you will inform the parties to prepare them fully and let them decide that what they exactly want. So when they will follow this guideline, they will prepare themselves, they will assess themselves, and they will find that where they are unreasonable and unfair, they will avoid that things, and this will ease you and help you to resolve the conflict. Now friends, you have set the ground rule, gather the information. What next?
Agree on the problem.
Yes. Now, you will agree on the problem. Right? Friends, listen one thing. Here you are not looking, you are not agreeing to the problem. It is very vital that not you, but all you together have to agree on the problem. Even a small misunderstanding, that one party says, no, this is not a problem, another says, this is not a problem. You all together to agree. Otherwise, your discussions will go in vain. It will go out of way. Right? So you have to agree on the problem, and all together have to agree on the problem. And these steps requires a great deal of discussion. So during this discussion, you will come across the various facts and needs. So you will write it down and try to understand what exactly everyone is looking and why they took the position for this particular situation. So when they will do this, they will go through this process, their needs and their win-win situation will be clarified, and you can head towards the win-win situation. Now friends, you have set the ground rule, gather the information, agree on the problem. The next what you will do is brainstorming possible solution. Right friends? Friends, here you are not going for the solution, compromise solution. In this step, brainstorming solution, brainstorming possible solution, you are not going for the compromise solution. Where some parties thinks that they have compromised on the basis of their fundamentals or the needs. You are looking for the novel solution. Where everyone thinks that this is their own solution, what they are looking for. This is therefore winning solution, and they commit to it and they follow it. Correct?
Yeah.
So for this you require to involve everyone into the discussions. And during the discussions, you all have to keep your mind open and not get to attach or stick to the particular solutions. Correct? Because there may be some extraordinary or excellent solution that may come up, but that may be kept aside if you initially step to the one solution. Correct? So friend, now you understood the causes of the conflict?
Yes.
You are clear with the guidelines of the conflict?
Yes.
You are clear with the steps of the conflict?
Yes.
So have you finished here have you resolved the conflict?
No, solution is yet to come.
See, brainstorm possible solutions, so we have found the solution.
Yes.
Correct? Friends, we have come across the 4 steps. The final step is very important. Negotiate a solution. When you are brainstorming a possible solution, you may feel, or some of the party may feel that they are compromising, or both the parties are not agreeing to the possible solution. So there you have to negotiate it. There may be some trading of positions. One party has to leave something, another party has to leave something, and they both have to gain something. So in this negotiate a solution, you have to find a unique solution where everyone feels win-win by losing something, little things, right? So friends, refer to your participant manual, page number 4. There is an activity role play.
Page number?
4, participant manual. Activity role play. To become a best at something, we have to practice it. Correct? So scenario 2 is there. I request Lion Rajanji to be being the observer, and out of 3, you make a team and you decide who will be the district governor and who will be the club officer and who will be the new lion.
So, both of them come here?
Yes, both of them can come there. You discuss. I request you read your role very carefully, go thoroughly, and I request the district governor to refer the page number 2 and 3 to use the guidelines and the steps given to ease your conversation.
Sorry.
Friends,
How much time?
you have 10 minutes, we are doing, we have 8 minutes time.
We'll finish in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, scenario 2 we are taking.
Yes.
Role play, activity role play.
Who will be the district governor?
So you are,
I'm the district governor.
so you are the club officer, sir. Yes, sir. New member not being involved in club activities.
Club officer.
Okay, now.
Wonderful district governance, the Lions Club congratulations. Thank you.
I'm a club officer now.
Yeah.
Read your role carefully. Who is district governor?
District governor. I'm the-
Yeah. So refer page number 2 and 3
Mhm.
and use the guidelines and the steps given to ease the conversation between 3 of you and to resolve the conflict.
Are you ready?
No, let's discuss first.
How are you going to present? You how role play, no? So how will you say? What will you say? You will start the topic, no? New member only. So it's your complaint.
You have to discuss.
No, how are we going to role play? Who will start the?
See, new member will complain to you saying that I want to leave the club. I'm considering leaving the club
Yes.
because I have been a member for 6 months and I am after to have organized
See,
and participated.
and you are the senior member of the club.
Yes. He is a new member. Okay.
Okay, you are the club officer. So he will complain to me.
He will complain to you and I will tell you that I being a senior member, I should take us into consideration and resolve the conflict.
So
See,
how
friends.
will I resolve the conflict?
Yeah. See, friends, the scenario is very clear. The club enrolls new members every year,
That is,
and the new members, after 7-8 months, they leave the club because they are not involved in the club functioning.
he is complaining.
Yeah.
You are agreeing to his complaint or disagreeing to his complaint?
I am not agreeing to this. I said that they should be patient and for some.
You should gain experience and then only. Okay.
So as a district governor,
Yes,
you
sir.
refer to page number 2 and 3, use the guidance given in the steps, and that will be to ease your conversation.
Come, let's go. We are going to save your time.
Yeah.
We have only 18 minutes left. We'll stand here?
Yeah, stand here, there is no problem. Yes, you can stand here.
Okay. Yes, the district governor is ready. Complain.
Yes, sir. I joined in this club 6 months before. So far I am not getting any opportunities to involve in the club activities or lead any one of the project. So such things it is not given to me, and now I really felt that how I have to continue in this club, whether I or the organization.
Okay.
So because our senior members are not at all giving any opportunities for me.
Sir, you are the senior member of this club, and he has come with a complaint that he is not getting any opportunity, no recognition after he has joined for 6 months. Is that correct?
Sir, I am very senior member. Okay. So when I came, also I had patience. I had to wait for 2-3 years. So similarly, he can wait for 2-3 years, and then he will get the opportunity. This is what I feel because we have spent so many years in the club. So we also should be given some importance.
That attitude is not correct. I got the opportunity after 2 years. So same thing is applicable to me also. That is not fair, sir.
I see, Mr. Chaudhary. As a district governor, my intention is that we increase the membership. We increase the number of new members. New members, the more the members, we have more hands for service. We can, if you're not going to involve him at least in a service project, why will he stay in the club? He has joined with some purpose. And just because you did not get, you got a chance after 3 years, that is not the parameter why we should give him chance after 3 years. The statistics shows that Lions Club International, most people leave within 3 years. So after 3 years when he is not going to be there, how will you utilize him? Why not why don't you organize a good orientation program in your club,
Okay.
so that all the new members can be, whoever have joined for the last 2-3 years, involve all of them into an orientation program. You organize a service project, you take the lead, ask him to help you.
Okay, that is
If
acceptable.
you do those things, at least they will feel that they are wanted in the club.
Okay.
Do you think this is a better option?
Yes, yes, we will agree with this.
If you agree with this, you have any...
No, sir.
All right. So we'll meet again, and if there's anything else, I'll be glad to help you.
Okay, sir.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. I have keenly observed you, taking the interest in having the role play, understanding your positions, and using the guidelines and the steps and coming to the resolution part of it. Friends, we have Lion Rajanji as an observer for your role play. I request to share his thought in brief. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Sir. Actually, this issue, he was not involved in the club activities, and he was very easily able to handle his issues. So whenever a problem raises, so if the club officer accepts like simply he did, so no more conflict will be there. So I found both of them, they are very soft, so they agree each other, and it was solved.
Thank you, Noname. You clap for him. Friends, this was the activity role play, and this was for 10 minutes and for the one meeting. But when you start your tenure as a district governor, there will be, to resolve the conflict of such type or any dispute in the district, you may require more than one meeting. And every meeting may take more than 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or 1 hour, right? Friends, remember one thing. It may happen that you get discouraged when your efforts gone in vain. You try your best to resolve the conflict, but you are unable to resolve it. Informally, the way approach given by the interest-based relational approach. So what you will do then? You will resolve the conflict. Yes? Any idea, friend? Any guess? Friends, as I your term as a district governor, many of your problems or dispute comes to you from the club level. Lions Clubs International has a dispute resolution procedure, correct? And when as a district governor, many problems and dispute comes to us from the club level. So it is necessary for you to understand the club dispute resolution procedure. You might be aware of that as a part of DG team previously, right? So we'll refresh it again, correct? Friends, Lions Clubs International has adopted some rules and procedures to resolve the conflict. The purpose of this procedure is to provide a proper mechanism, proper channel, proper route to resolve the conflict within our organization without getting help of the any legal formalities, right? You all are aware that when we go to legal, what will happen to our legacy of 104 years? What will happen to our images, right? So today in this session, we will have a quick look at the club dispute resolution procedure. So friends, open your participants manual, page number 5. Club dispute resolution procedure. The step 1 says that the parties in the dispute will file a written complaint with the district governor within the 30 days of occurrence. Every complaint which is filed should accompany a filing fee of $50. But it may be higher as decided by your district cabinet, but it should not be higher than $250 as decided by the Lions Clubs International. The copy of that complaint has to be given to the respondent, right? The second step, after receiving the complaint from the parties, within 15 days, the district governor will appoint a neutral conciliator to resolve the conflict, to resolve the dispute. The conciliator should be a past district governor, and he should be a member in good standing of a club in good standing of a district in which the dispute arises. He or she should not be a member of the club which is party to the dispute. He or she should not be loyal to any of the parties, right? And he should be impartial. After appointing the conciliator, the district governor will giving in writing the names of the conciliator to the parties. that PDG so and so has been appointed to resolve the dispute between both of you. Correct? Now if district governor is unable to perform this step, to appoint a conciliator, in this case what will happen, friends? Legal division at Lions Clubs International will step in. They will appoint a neutral conciliator to resolve the dispute. Now friends, if any of the party is not accepting that conciliator, have objection against the name of that conciliator, they will file a written request to change the conciliator with the reasoning for their objections within 10 days to the DG team. Friend, understand, the first complaint is filed with the district governor. Now the objection against the conciliator is filed to the DG team, means DG, VDG1, VDG2 is involved now in this resolution procedure of the dispute. Right?
If there is a disagreement.
Yeah, disagreement of the appointed conciliator by the parties. The DG team has a 15 days time to review the objections. And then after discussing, either they uphold the objection or appoint a new conciliator. Correct? After the appointment of conciliator, within 30 days, he will hold the first meeting of both the parties to listen the dispute. There may be subsequent more meetings also. But if his efforts are going into vain, the dispute cannot be resolved by both the parties to come together, then the conciliator has the authority to issue his or her own decision. And he or she will inform in writing his decision to the district governor, DG team, and both the parties. And this decision is final and binding on both the parties. Friends, we have quickly reviewed this because as a part of your DG team, as a VDG2 and VDG1, you may be aware of this. You may be also aware that there is a various dispute resolution procedure for the constitutional complaints, for the dispute between the district and multiple district, and for the DG-VDG elections. So friends, go to your participants manual, page number 5. You go to Lions website, go to resources, go to legal, or go to the publications, or go to the district, DG team, district e-book. In that you will find all the soft copies of these documents. The club dispute resolution procedure, the district, multiple district dispute resolution procedure, constitutional dispute resolution procedure, and DG-VDG election dispute procedure. Study it very well, go through it. When you go through this document, it will explain you in detail, in depth, each and every step. And when you get acquainted with that, it will be very easy for you to resolve the conflict. Correct, friends? So, friend, do you think that conflict itself is a problem?
No.
Right.
Conflict is natural.
Conflict is natural, it's not a problem. It is a problem that how we handle it.
Yes.
Correct? What we do with it. And it requires the skills to resolve the conflict. Correct?
Yes.
Do you think that if unresolved conflict creates a lot of tremendous pressure on us,
Yes.
it consumes a lot of our time,
Yes.
and we come into the stress if it is not resolved?
Yes.
So friends, it is always better to do something to fix the problem, to resolve the conflict. So again I am coming back to my quote, that we cannot solve the problem by the way of thinking which created it, right? We require a different way, different skill to resolve it, right?
Yes.
So friends, now we are empowered with the new skill, interest-based relational approach to resolve the conflict. Correct?
Yeah.
It is a feather added in your cap, a skill added in your cap. In this session, we have learned that this theory is useful to resolve the conflict for others. But remember, my dear friends, this theory also you can apply to resolve the conflict between yourself and another person. Right, friends? So, friends, have we achieved the objectives of this session? Are you able to recognize the causes of conflict?
Yes.
Right? Have you understood and able to apply the interest-based relational approach to resolve the conflict?
Yes, yes.
Have you understood and able to apply and explain the LCIS dispute resolution procedure?
Yes.
Thank you, friends. Thank you very much for your cooperation, for your active participation in this session. Wishing you all the best for your tenure. Thank you very much.
Excellent, 56 minutes.
Thank you,
Recording.
sir. In the initial I have fumbled.
We did not realize.
Okay. Then I was little slow in the initial part for the consumption of time.
We saved you with the activity.
Yeah. And the debriefing, that what you experienced, how you experienced, what the challenges were there while doing the activity. Right? Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Your feedback.
Yeah, doctor.
You did an excellent job, especially completing your entire talk in the designated time. So, a big round of applause for Ashok ji. No, I'm just telling you.
Yeah, sure.
There were a few of my observations. When you started, for a long time you kept on speaking without involving any one of us.
Okay.
Okay, so you could have started with a overhead question.
Right.
Second thing is, you were frequently looking into IG and sometimes not very sure about which page what is there.
Okay.
So sometimes you went forward or sometimes you went backward. You 2-3 times said sorry. Initially you said when you fumbled, the knowledge points were repeating.
Okay.
So causes of conflict, steps of conflict resolution, 2-3 times you repeated. Another thing is, I would request all of us, see, everything is there. We are not here to lecture here. This was more of a lecture for me.
Okay.
I want the entire presentation to come out from the participants. Everything they have to answer. And if they don't answer, then you give the answer. I feel that is better. It's for all our growth.
Right.
For all our growth. Nothing personal.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. And knowledge points. And when we had only 2 points, you could have written it yourself. Instead of asking, because there are 4 participants, 1 participant coming and writing, you can yours write it. Or that's it.
Thank you.
It's going to read.
Yeah.
And as an opening batsman, you did an excellent job. And we are learning from each other.
Right.
This is what adult learning is. I learned a lot from you, and I hope to correct myself where you have gone wrong so that I can do better. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else? You.
First, I must congratulate a wonderful job. Finished within the time. What I noticed, you were a little slow in the beginning, subsequently you picked up. Third, the smile was missing on the face.
Okay.
And the fourth, I think, as doctor said, that it was a little technical more. All the interactive should have been more. Otherwise, you have done a wonderful job. It is not easy. We know it's easy to speak, but when you handle it, you remember it. But overall, you have done very well. The flow was good.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Sir,
you very
one
much.
deficiency I want to share on the part of the participant. We were also not responding loud enough for the camera to record.
Right.
Sometimes they are just mumbling. They don't know what is being recorded. So when we speak, we have to speak loudly. When we speak, we have to speak loudly. When you speak, we are not able to hear. You're speaking very softly. So you have to speak with the idea that our responses are recorded, at least auditory responses recorded, if you are not seen personally. So when you are sitting there, answer loudly so that your responses are there.
Right, correct. Yes, Surajji, you have the feedback?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Rajanji?
Both of them, they covered.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
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 Sir, my hands are open. I will just come.